Britney was so serious and so focused. This is a girl that's coming from strength.
She was so open and vulnerable. How we treated her was disgusting.
Britney had to navigate.
It is the documentary everyone is talking about right now, framing Britney Spears from her childhood to her superstar status and her life right now, which seems to be at a standstill. Spears does not have custody of her children, and for the past 13 years, she has been stuck in a court-sanctioned conservatorship where her father not only runs her estate, but a lot of people say he runs her life. Samantha Stark is the film's producer and director, and she joins us now live. Samantha, thank you for being with us.
Hi, thank you.
I think I've seen it, and I was amazed by how I was not more disturbed with so many of these interview clips that were done with her when she was a teenager and the questions that were asked of her. Is that what blew you away?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm around the same age as Britney, so I must have watched those and seen those on TV, but I had no idea until watching them again recently. And there's hours and hours of people asking her if she's a virgin, you know, as a teenager, to talk about her breasts, like things that seem so out of it to us now, but were commonplace in the early 2000s, not that long ago.
And is this the driving force behind her issues that have led her down this road?
I mean, you know, I have no idea. We don't know what's inside Britney's head. We don't know what Britney's medical diagnosis is, or even if she has one. There's so many things that just get reported over and over again about Britney that we don't know if they're true. All her medical records are sealed. You know, we saw pictures of her that have followed her for the last 13 years of her shaving her head, and it says meltdown above it. But part of what we wanted to do in the documentary was to pull outside of that still frame and show you what else was happening. And it's a much bigger story than what you see in that one still photograph.
Well, I think there was a period of time after she had that meltdown when we heard her father was taking charge of things, and it felt like, oh, that's protecting her from outside influences. But that has evolved over the years, and I think your documentary sheds a light on how her relationship with her dad was never really that good. Am I right?
Yeah, as far as we know, I mean, he wasn't really present in her life growing up until the conservatorship happened. You know, we know from from Britney's mom's book that Jamie struggled with alcohol, that he and Lynn had filed for bankruptcy. Not that there's anything wrong with those things, but it does feel like a double standard if Britney is in this very tightly controlled, court-sanctioned conservatorship for possibly something similar.
So does the law as it's written just work against someone like her, or is she surrounded by attorneys who maybe don't have her best interest?
You know, it's hard to say. There's a lot. The conservatorship system, we're really shining a spotlight on it here. People are talking about it as a disability rights issue because it's such extreme control. So, for example, Britney cannot sign her own checks. She can't enter into business deals. She's made millions of dollars under the conservatorship, but she's not allowed to control where she spends it. Every single thing she spends is categorized and submitted to the court down to a coffee. And she also can't control who comes to visit her. We've seen in court papers that her conservators control who comes to visit her. They can provide security for her 24/7. And we know that she right now is paying for her own lawyers, and she's paying for her father's lawyers, and she's paying for her conservators. So she pays over $1 million a year in legal fees and conservator fees to make this happen. And as long as it keeps going, all those people still keep getting paid. So that does seem like a conflict of interest.
And this all came about by a podcast that started that was focused on her Instagram, which seems like her voice getting out there. It is very scattered and bizarre at times, and that started this whole Free Britney movement. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, you know, Britney has this very tight circle around her, and that's enabled by the conservatorship, since the conservatorship can control who visits her and sees her. And so as journalists, extremely difficult to interview Britney. She rarely ever does interviews. And if she does, I've heard from a lot of journalists that it's under careful watch from her team, that they may have to give over a final cut of, what airs or what's written to her team. And so it feels like we have not gotten a chance to hear Britney's voice unfiltered for many years. She has not talked about the conservatorship publicly. And so a lot of people turn to her Instagram because it feels like the only place that you can see or hear from her. And she doesn't talk about the conservatorship there either. So, it's so mysterious. Myself included, we look to it. What is she trying to say with this? She's dancing, or the other day she posted a Scrabble board, and you're trying to see what it says because it feels like the only way. And so these women did a podcast about that and realized that she went missing from Instagram. She was gone from Instagram for months, and it came out that she was possibly in a wellness facility or a mental health facility, possibly against her will. And that's what started the Free Britney movement that we know of today. There have been people using Free Britney since 2008, 2009, when she was first in the conservatorship. But this year and last year it got really big.
Well, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's called Framing Britney Spears. It's streaming on Hulu, and you can follow Samantha on Twitter. There's her information on the screen. Samantha, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, get those